Thank you for tuning in to Tanaka TV, the best and future biggest fight channel on YouTube. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button. Thank you for those who support this channel, and thank you for those who will support this channel in the future. Like I've said in the past videos, we're trying to get this channel to over 1K, hopefully by my birthday, which is in about less than a month or so. Not too far off. It's February 3rd, so we're getting there, but this channel is also getting there. So like I said, thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting this channel. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So we're going to get right into it, people. Today we're going to talk about, will Sean Strickland make it out of 2024 as a champion, and more specifically, Sean Strickland's matchup against Du Plessis. Now, I think Du Plessis has been a very dangerous fighter as of lately, as of the last couple of years. I think Du Plessis has been working his way up to this title shot, but I look at Du Plessis and I look at his performances over the course of the last 3-4 years. So Du Plessis has beaten Robert Whitaker most recently, which I think is a phenomenal win to get your name into that title contention. But when I look at his other fights, he's beaten Derek Brunson, he's beaten Darren Till, which I believe are very solid wins. He's beaten Brad Tavares, which I also think is a very solid win. Trevin Gillis, Marcus Perez, Brendan Lazar, and a couple of other wins that he has under his belt. Now, the question is that enough to get him into title contention? I'm not sure, people. I don't know if he's beaten enough big names in order to get there. Now, he does have a decent streak of wins. Let's see, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight wins. Now, when it comes to numbers, 8 straight wins can get you there. But it's not just about how many wins you rack up, right? It's about who you've beaten within those 8 wins. And I think Robert Whitaker, he's definitely a person that'll get you there. Derek Brunson, I don't know. I don't know if Derek Brunson is that kind of name. And that's no hit to Derek Brunson. I just don't think that he is the kind of guy that'll get you to a title contention. And Darren Till, I think Darren Till, a younger Darren Till, when Darren Till first came into the UFC, when he was first making his name in the UFC, he was a very dangerous fighter. And I would say that he was the kind of guy that would get you there to that title contention conversation. But outside of that, I mean, Brad Tavares, people that I may be mentioning their names incorrectly because they aren't relevant enough when it comes to that higher echelon of fighters. So when we look at, is Du Plessis due for a title shot? I think yes and no. I think yes, because he's in the right place at the right time. There's really nobody else in conversation for that title contention matchup. And so he's there, and they're about to fight this weekend. And Du Plessis is about to go against the current champ, Sean Strickland. Sean Strickland, as we all know, has gone up against Israel Adesanya, and he was able to beat Israel Adesanya pretty decisively. He almost knocked out Israel Adesanya, and that's a big thing to say, especially when it comes to striking. Israel Adesanya is probably one of the best strikers that we've seen in the UFC. I mean, what can we give Israel Adesanya maybe top 3? I think if you don't involve him in your top 5 at least of striking UFC, the best of the best echelon, I think you would be crazy. Israel Adesanya deserves to be in that conversation, and he was able to almost knock him out. He, as I'm saying, Sean Strickland. And so Sean Strickland also, he beat Magomedov, he beat Imavov. Now, he did lose to Jared Cannonier. He did lose to Alex Pereira. He took a hard loss to Alex Pereira. But he beat Jack Hemerson. He beat Uriah Hall. I'll put it this way. Sean Strickland has been in the game for a while now. Anybody who's been following Sean Strickland knows the rapport that Sean Strickland brings, and he has been game for a while. But does that equate to him being a long-time champion in this division? And I don't know. I don't know if he has enough. Now, do I think he has enough to beat Du Plessis? Yes, I do. I think that this is a great matchup, actually, for Sean Strickland. I think Sean Strickland's able to bring a very interesting game to this fight, because he puts on a really good pressure. He hits pretty hard, and he's a very well-rounded fighter. He's good on the feet, and he's good on the ground. Now, Du Plessis, I think that he's more of an explosive style fighter. I don't think that he's a super clean striker. I think he's pretty good. I don't want to knock Du Plessis. I haven't agreed with everything that Du Plessis has said in the past, but we're not going to talk about that today. Today we're going to talk about stylistic matchups, and stylistically, I don't think Du Plessis has what it takes to beat Sean Strickland. I just think that when it comes to being a more complete fighter, a more seasoned fighter, a more game fighter, Sean Strickland, he has those notched. He has that advantage. And so that's how I have that fight going. I think it's going to be Sean Strickland, people. I think Sean Strickland is probably going to win somewhere within 3 rounds or so. I think he's going to try to drown Du Plessis, and I think he's going to try to beat him somewhere like with a TKO or with a ground and pound or some sort of submission. I don't see the specifics in my head of how this fight's going to go. I just see kind of how the rounds are going to go, and I think Sean Strickland is going to get it done. Now, Du Plessis' way of winning this fight, I think, is through knockout. Du Plessis is explosive. What we saw him do against Robert Whittaker was an amazing. It was by far his best fight. And granted, Robert Whittaker is not in his prime anymore. I think he's a little bit outside of his prime. I don't think we're gonna really ever see Robert Whittaker where he was. Like I've said before, I don't think we're gonna see Robert Whittaker at the form he was when he fought Yoel Romero. When he fought Yoel Romero, that was when Robert Whittaker was in his bag. Robert Whittaker was killing people until he went up against Izzy. And I think when I see people comment under my channel, I think that they try to do MMA math. They try to equate a person losing to one person and winning against another person, therefore they're going to beat a certain person. That's not how it works. It's up to stylistic matchups and how you fare up against their technique, up against the style that person is bringing up against the other person. And so you can't say that, hey, this person's losing to this person wins against this person, therefore they lose or win against this person. It's not how that works. It's all about 2 factors in my mind. 1, stylistic matchup. 2, okay, I'll say 3. 2, game plan, but that 2 is kind of connected to coaching. Coaching is very, very important. I think coaching in MMA is probably outside of maybe American football, I think coaching is the most influential in the UFC because it's so one-on-one, and you get to understand that one fighter so much, and you get to work with that one coach so much that the influence of the coach is heavy. And so that's why I think that Sean Strickland is going to win. I think Sean Strickland is in a fairly new camp. If I'm not mistaken, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure that he's in a fairly new camp, and he hasn't worked with this coach for very long, but I think that it's benefited him. I think that his switch over to new coaching has benefited him, and he's grown exponentially. And so I've got Sean Strickland winning. I've got him winning 70-30, 70% going to to Sean Strickland, 30% going to Du Plessis, just because I have that 30% chance of Du Plessis knocking out Sean Strickland. And so, and it could happen, people. It could happen. Comment down below 2 things. Who do you have winning this fight? And also, do you see Sean Strickland making it out of 2024 as champion? I'm going to go with yes. I think Sean Strickland will make it out of 2024 as champion. Now, do I think he'll be a long reigning champion? I don't know. He's in a very tough division. I think he's in one of the more tough divisions in the UFC, and so it's going to be a hard thing for Sean Strickland to accomplish, I think. But we'll see how this works out. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your support. Don't forget to hit that like, that comment, that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.